Hello, everyone. This is our review for our 2/1 class. There are not many of you on with me today, although I assume a lot of you will be watching it later, since it's Easter Sunday, and a lot of people are out, I'm sure, doing things with family or other things. I'm in my room talking to you all, so but I do have things later today. My family's coming over. Any rate, welcome to our third week review of the 2/1 class. Um, Today, we are going to do two things. Um, the first thing we're going to do is take a look at Jacoby to no trump. Jacoby to no trump is not part of the 2/1 system at all. But many of you in this class had told me that you're not playing 2/1 and 2/1 fits, excuse me, not playing Jacoby to no trump. Jacoby to no trump fits well within 2/1, but it can be played outside of 2/1. It's one of the first things you should probably add after you get out of beginning bridge. One of the first conventions you should probably start playing is Jacoby to no trump because it fits so well with 2/1. They just naturally go together. And most people are playing Jacoby to no trump when they start 2/1. Because of that, I'm covering 2/1, Jacoby to no trump as part of the class. After we talk about Jacoby to no trump today, then we're going to talk about some more information on 2/1. We're going to review what 2/1 is. We're going to review the one no trump bid that is different in 2/1. And we learned that last week or week before last. And then this past week, we learned some of the responses and rebids in the 2/1 system. So that's what we're going to be doing in the review today. So for the first thing, let's take a look at Jacoby to no trump. Here we go. Okay, let me re-emphasize. Jacoby to no trump is not part of 2/1. The reason we're talking about it today is that most people start playing it right after they get out of beginning bridge and before they start playing 2/1. Because many of you weren't playing Jacoby to no trump and you're starting 2/1, I think you need to know this too. They really fit together. Most people use them together, but you can play Jacoby to no trump without playing 2/1. And theoretically, you could play 2/1 without playing Jacoby to no trump. They're separate things, but because they fit together so well, most people do use them together. And like I said, I think you need to know Jacoby to no trump whether or not you decide to play 2/1. Okay, so Jacoby to no trump. What is it? Well, this is the same Jacoby, by the way, who did the Jacoby transfers that we use over no trump. Our no trump bidding, when we're trying to get our partner to bid the suit so we don't have to bid it, we use a Jacoby transfer. Mr. Jacoby, Oswald Jacoby, as far as I know, did Jacoby to no trump. I suppose it could be his son, Jim, but I think this was Oswald Jacoby who came up with the idea of Jacoby to no trump. And what this is just like 2/1 is a way to set a game forcing bid, Jacoby to no trump also sets a game forcing bid, and it happens when your partner has opened one heart or one spade, your partner has opened a major, and you have an opening hand and support for your partner's major. So right away, when your partner says a heart or a spade, you know that you can be playing four hearts or four spades. That's at least going to be the bid. So it's a way to quickly get there and then have some room to explore before you bid the four heart or four spade bid. You also need to remember that usually when we are playing standard American, if my partner opens one heart or one spade, even if I have support from my partner and I have an opening hand, I'm not just going to jump to four hearts or four spades. The reason I don't is because that is a closeout bid. That's called the weak freak bid. One heart, four hearts means I've got at least five of your hearts and a minimum hand, 6 to 9 points. Then I'm just closing out the opponents. It's not a strong bid. If I have an opening hand in support for you, I'm going to bid one or two of something else. And then you bid something to tell me where you are, strong, medium, or weak. And then we will get to the game in the next bid. So that's usually the way we do it. Jacoby 2 no trump is something we can put on top of that, which allows us to make a game forcing bid immediately, but without jumping to game. So you bid one heart or one spade. I bid 2 no trump. That's Jacoby 2 no trump bid. What this means is I've got an opening hand and 4 cards in support. 4 cards in support. If partner has opened one heart or one spade, they may just have 5 cards in the suit, and 3 cards for us is support. And if they've opened one heart or one spade, with us having 3 card support, we may know that we're going to want to play in 4 hearts or 4 spades with an opening hand, but we don't use Jacoby 2 no trump for that. Jacoby 2 no trump promises 4 cards in the suit and an opening hand. One other thing I should mention is if a splinter is available, that takes precedence over this. I don't think a lot of you are playing splinters. Just basically, a splinter is a bid where partner has bid a heart or a spade. I have an opening hand and I have a singleton or a void in a suit. That means I've got a very valuable hand that fits with partner. When that's the situation, I just jump up and bid the suit I've got a singleton or a void in. And so the situation would be something like 1 spade by my partner, 4 clubs or 4 diamonds by me means opening hand and a singleton, opening hand, support for my partner's suit, and a singleton or void in the suit that I've just named. So if you play splinters, most people do play splinters eventually. You may not have added them yet. If you have added them, that takes preference. If you haven't, if you don't do splinters, then don't worry about this. You'll just do Jacoby 2 no trump. So 1 heart or 1 spade by my partner, 2 no trump by me, 4 card support, an opening hand. The reason we do this, and it mentions here, is it makes it easier for you to identify hands with slam potential. Sort of the same reason that we like the 2/1 bids that we're doing and learning. This is similar to it in that we are setting our game bid before the game level. That lets us explore in between where we've agreed on the suit and when we get up to the actual game level. Now, this just mentions that these are the regular responses, okay? To show support for partner suit. So you can raise to 2 with 6 or 9 and 3 card support, raise to 3 with 10 to 12 and 4 card support. And in this case, we're going to bid 2 no trump, showing 13 or more and 4 card support. Now, if we just have 3 card support, we are going to bid something else. If we're playing 2/1, then we're going to bid at the 2 level, and that's going to promise the 2/1, bid. It just doesn't promise support yet. So it might be something like 1 heart, 2 clubs. Okay. And 2/1, I've got at least an opening hand, and I don't have 4 spades, and probably don't have support for you, but I could have support for you. So after my 2 club, you come back and bid something, and we'll find out today what that is. You would bid something else, and then I would bid 4 of the suit because I do have support. So we save the 2 no trump though for having 4 card support. The reason for that is that when we have an 8 card fit, 5 and 3, that's good. Okay, that is the magic fit. That's what we're looking for. But a 9 card fit is that much stronger. And so if you have 5 and I have 4, that is makes it even stronger than a 5 and 3 fit. So in a way, when we bid 2 no trump, we're saying not only do I have support for you, but I've got extra support. I'm even stronger. I am not a minimal. Now, a lot of people know this part of Jacoby 2 no trump, what I call the first page of Jacoby 2 no trump. And that is my partner bids a heart or a spade. I bid 2 no trump. I've got opening hand and 4 card support. And then they just go and bid game or whatever they're going to do. That's how a lot of people treat it. But that is not all there is to it. And so this is the really important part of it, is not the 2 no trump bid, but what comes after the 2 no trump bid. That's what allows you to identify those minimum point slams that you can make, or to control bids so you can find out where you've got controls before you get to the game level. And then you can ask for aces if you want. Sometimes you even know what aces you have before you get there and don't need to ask for that. That's what makes this so strong. So the first part of it is, over my partner's major suit opening, I bid 2 no trump, promising an opening hand and 4 card support. Now it goes back to my partner, and here's the important part of this. It's the opener's second bid. The opener's second bid, after they've opened one of a major, once you bid 2 no trump, now they have to do a specific thing to describe their hand. And what they're going to do is, if they bid at the 3 level, that means they have a singleton or a void. So 1 heart, 2 no trump, 3 diamonds. They have a singleton or a void in diamonds. 1 heart, 2 no trump, 3 clubs. Same thing. Singleton or void in clubs. 1 heart, 2 no trump, 3 spades. Again, singleton or a void in spades. That's a valuable thing to have. That shortness is a valuable thing to have in my partner's hand, especially if I don't have anything in that suit. The reason that's important is, ordinarily there are 40 points in a deck, right? If we are going to bid slam, we assume that we need to have about 33 points, maybe an ace and a king out against us, hopefully not in the same suit. But 33 points is generally what we say we need for slam. However, if we know that we are not going to lose any tricks in a suit, or at the most 1 trick in a suit, now rather than there being 40 points in the deck, if we've eliminated a whole suit because my partner's void there, now there's only 30 points in the deck. We don't have to worry about diamonds or clubs or whatever it is. They've got 10 points in that. We don't care because we're not going to lose anything in that suit. We've got cards in the other 3 suits. This means if the total now in the deck is 30, not 40, you only need 26, 27 to make a slam, not the ordinary 33 that you're looking for. This is what I call a short point slam, and it helps you figure this out when you go back and forth in Jacoby 2 no trump. That's the reason that the first bid we make is, if you have shortness, this is for the opener. The opener, 2 no trump, back to the opener. The opener shows shortness at the 3 level. If they have length, if they have another 5-card suit, they're going to bid that at the 4 level. So that would be a situation like one spade, two no trump, four hearts. They've got five spades and five hearts. Or one spade, two no trump, four clubs. They've got five clubs and five spades or hearts. I don't remember what I said, whatever the original suit was. They've got two five-card suits. That is very strong and very valuable. And think about this. If you have two five-card suits, that's 10 of your 13 cards. You've got three cards left over. Those cards are either 3-0, 2-1, or 1-2. Whatever they are, you have a void or a singleton. It's because of this, if you have a long suit and you also have a void or a singleton, you bid the long suit. You bid at the 4 level instead of the 3 level if you have the other long suit. That doesn't happen too often, but when it does, you bid the second suit at the 4 level. That shows length. It also shows a singleton or a void. It just doesn't show which singleton or void you have. So the 3 level is for shortness. The 4 level is for length and shortness. The only other bids are you can bid your major suit at the 3 level. That would show extra points, 16 or more points. So 1 heart, 2 no trump, 3 hearts, no shortness, no length, but a strong hand, 16 or more. If you don't have the strong hand, you don't have shortness, you don't have length, it's just going to go 1 heart, 2 no trump, 4 hearts. I got nothing else, partner. I don't have shortness, I don't have length, and I'm just 13 to 15. So you go on at your at your peril if you want to. See how strong this is, that you can give your partner all this information about your hand now. Your partner, the 2 no trump responder, can now put that information together with his hand and have a very good idea about how high you belong. We already knew where you belonged from the get-go. We know you belonged in 4 hearts or 4 spades. Now we know how high that you belong, or at least starting to get a good idea of it. One other bid that you can make is you can make a 3 no trump bid. The 3 no trump bid basically says, partner, I could have bid 3 no trump with this hand, but I just didn't have the right number of points to do it. So it's like 13 or 14. This says 14 or 15 balanced hand. Actually, if you had 15 in a balanced hand, you would have opened 1 no trump. So it's like 12, 13, or 14 and a balanced hand. 1 heart, 2 no trump, 3 no trump. You still have the 5 that you started with, but you don't have shortness, you don't have length, you don't have extra points. Your hand is really flat. So partner could pass if he wants to, or he could bid 4 hearts or 4 spades, whichever the appropriate thing is. And we already mentioned that a rebid of your major suit at the 4 level is just kind of a weak sign off. I'm done. So 1 heart, 2 no trump, 4 hearts, 1 spade, 2 no trump, 4 spades. It just says we're done. Okay, then the rest of it is once partner has made that second bid. So it's been 1 of a major, 2 no trump, something by partner, whatever, shortness, length, strength, whatever he does. The next bid that you make will be a control bid, and you will go back and forth bidding control bids until you reach game, or somebody bids 4 no trump, or somebody jumps to 6. So everything below the game level is going to be a controlled bid. You've agreed to hearts or spades from the beginning. This gives you a way to show the rest of those bids. Let me throw in one other thing. In competition, Jacoby to no trump is off. So if my partner bids a heart or a spade and this person says anything, even a double, this hand does not do Jacoby to no trump. Now, a lot of people play that if this person doubles, to no trump is what's called a Jordan to no trump, which means 10 points or more. But if the next person bids over the major suit bidder, Jacoby to no trump is off. Then you just bid as normal. Before you knew Jacoby to no trump, you just do what you would have done then. Okay, let's look at an example here so you can see how this works. Okay, here we have the opener's hand. He's got 9, 10, 11, 12 high card points plus 1 for length. That's a weak opening hand of 1 spade. Then partner has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 15 high card points. He's got 4 card support for his partner. And so he knows from the beginning they can play 4 spades. Partner bids 1 spade. I'm the responder. I think, oh, good. We can play 4 spades. I know that for sure. Okay. But if I'm playing Jacoby to no trump, that kicks in, and that's what I'm going to do. So the first person opens 1 spade. The responder says 2 no trump. 2 no trump shows 13 points and 4 in the suit. And it is forcing. I didn't mention that before, but obviously 2 no trump doesn't mean 2 no trump. It means tell me more, partner. Also, 2 no trump, because it does not mean no trump, it means support and an opening hand, is alertable. So if it goes 1 heart, 2 no trump by your partner, the 1 heart person needs to say alert and show the alert card. You don't have to explain. As a matter of fact, you should not explain what it means at the time you say alert. It just goes 1 heart, 2 no trump, partner says alert. If this person wants to know what the bid means, this person wants to know what the bid means, they will say, what does that bid mean to you? And then you will say, that's an opening hand plus 4 cards in the suit. You don't say, that's Jacoby to no trump, because that means that the opponents have to know what Jacoby to no trump is. You don't ever describe the hand by giving the name of the convention that it means. If you do that, that's considered kind of impolite. It's arrogant. It means, well, you should know what to no trump is. Now, if you don't know, you've got to say, well, what does to no trump mean? So you shouldn't have to do that. You just give the brief explanation of what the to no trump means. And what it means is 13 or more points, 4 card support for the spade suit. That's all you say. All of the alerts work this way. Okay, so we started out 1 spade. The responder has said 2 no trump. I've got 13 points. I've got 4 spades, partner. Now, the opening bidder bids 3 diamonds. Look at this hand, the opening person's hand. They have bid 3 diamonds. They bid at the 3 level, which shows shortness in the suit they bid. So they bid 3 diamonds. That promises a singleton or a void in that suit. By the way, when the 3 diamond bid gets made, because it does not mean diamonds, it means the absence of diamonds, partner needs to alert that bid. So if the bid goes 1 heart, 2 no trump, the heart person says alert. Then when it's that person's turn to bid again and they say 3 diamonds, this person says alert. And if this person wants to know what that means, they'll say, what does that mean? and you say shortness in diamonds. Okay, so that's just how that works. So anyway, 3 diamonds shows a diamond, singleton, or a void. Okay, so now our Jacoby to no trump setting is done. Opener has opened 1 spade. Responder has said 2 no trump, promising an opening hand and 4 in the suit. The opener then has made their next bid, either shortness, length, strength, whatever their bid was. In this case, it was shortness, diamonds. After that, after the opener, the 2 no trump, and the second bid by opener, every other bid is a control bid showing first round control in a suit. So in this case, our responder now needs to show his first round control, and so he's going to bid a diamond. You'll notice that this person bid 3 diamonds. When it comes back to responder, he needs to show his first control going up the line, like up the bidding ladder. Well, his first control after 3 diamonds would be hearts if he had it, spades if he had it, he doesn't. Clubs if he had it, he doesn't. So he bids 4 diamonds. That shows a control in diamonds. He has the ace of diamonds. Okay, he has the ace of diamonds. Notice it also says he does not have the ace of hearts, he does not have the ace of spades, and he does not have the ace of clubs. So opener now knows a lot about this hand. He knows partner has 4 spades, an opening hand, has the ace of diamonds, and no other control. So his next bid is just going to be 4 spades. That's going to say, partner, we don't have control in every suit. And I'm a minimum hand. If he were a stronger hand, the opener, he might bid 4 no trump, because he might say to himself, well, partner's got the ace of diamonds. I've got the ace of hearts and the ace of spades. We're just missing clubs. So if my partner has, everything else, maybe has a king of clubs, we might be okay if I had extra points. But I don't. I'm pretty much of a minimum hand, so I'm just going to close off this without making a slam try by just saying 4 spades. The responder now, having nothing else to say, even though he has a few extra points, 15 points, he just passes. If he were interested in slam, he could bid 4 at that point. One other thing, let me point out. When the opener bid 3 diamonds, showing shortness in the suit, responder would have really been happiest if he had, like, instead of the ace of diamonds, he'd had the ace of clubs. Because he would know if partner has either a singleton or no diamonds, we can only lose 1 in diamonds. And if he's got all the other suits covered, I don't have to worry about diamonds. I can get a slam with a lot fewer points. I might have to lose the ace of diamonds if I didn't have it. That would be the only thing I would need to worry about. Otherwise, we might be able to bid slam. One other thing to mention is many people play these control bids to mean first or second round control. The reason this is important is because that means I've got either the ace or a king small. Not only do I have the first round control, I either have that or I might lose 1, but then I've got the next one after that. So if you have the ace, that's a control. If you have the king, queen, that's second round control. So, and if you had either one of those, you would bid clubs to show that control. And a lot of people like that because of the fact that when you ask for aces, you just know about aces. If you ever ask for kings, you're at the slam level anyway. So generally, you can't ask for kings to decide whether you should go to slam. You might ask for kings to decide if you should bid a grand slam, but you're not bidding it to find out if you should have a slam because the response puts you at the sixth level. Five, no trump, ask for kings. If I tell you my kings, we're at the sixth level. But by having your controls show first or second round controls, you can avoid the situation where you ask for aces, you find out you're just missing one ace, like say maybe in clubs, you know, these people have all the other aces. Okay. But they were missing the ace and the king of clubs. So the opponents, if they had enough points where they decided they were going to bid a slam, they're not going to make the slam if the ace king is in one side, or if the ace is on one side and that guy plays it and then tries leading the diamond to his partner or club to his partner who has the king. So, you know, frequently your slams go down even though you've got enough aces if you're missing a suit. You could be missing the ace and king in that suit. If you're missing both of those, you can't make the slam, no matter how many points you have. So that's why a lot of people play first or second round control. The official description of it is just first round control. Frankly, I like to play first or second round control because I like to find out that we've got it somewhat controlled, and then I can ask for aces and find out for sure I'm not missing too many aces. But I don't have to worry about them having no control in the suit. Okay, so that is Jacoby 2 no trump. I would recommend all of you start playing Jacoby 2 no trump. Most people play it after they get out of beginning bridge, and whether or not you decide to play 2/1, you should be playing Jacoby 2 no trump. As I said, it's not part of 2/1. It's a separate thing, but it has many of the same characteristics and it's related. And because you're learning one, this one would also make sense to you too. The handout that I sent has, well, this handout doesn't, but the handout I sent to you has a lot of examples with it. And so you can go through all of those examples and it will give you examples of when you use control bids, when you respond at the 2 level, at the 3 level, etc. So, okay. Now let's switch over to 2/1 because that, after all, is what you really paid for. It's 2/1. Let's do a little bit of a review before we start talking about the topic that we covered in last week's class. So first thing is, what is the 2/1 game force? The 2/1 game force is a non-jump bid at the 2 level after your partner has opened the bidding. So if your partner opens the bidding 1 of something and you bid 2 of something without jumping, that says, partner, I've got an opening hand and we are going to play at game. We are not going to stop before we get to game. When you are in that situation, now there's a lot of things you can do below game level where you can explore either to find a fit or to use control bids the same way we do in Jacoby 2 no trump. You need to remember that in regular bidding, standard American bid, a bid of 1 heart, 2 clubs just promises 10 points. A new suit at the 2 level promises 10 points in regular bidding. In the if you are playing 2/1 with your partner, and you need to agree to play this, we are always going to play this when we play together. If you're playing 2/1, 1 heart, 2 clubs means an opening hand, and we will not stop until we get to game in something. So in 2/1, the 2/1 response guarantees 13 points and forces the partnership to game. Now, the good thing about this is that a lot of times, if you're playing standard American, particularly if both of you are minimalist, You have barely 13, they've got 10. It's really hard to get to game or to find where you belong because you could be stopping at any point. If my partner's opened and I've got 13 points, that's where it's really hard. I know we should have a game, but we have to explore back and forth to find where we fit. And if I don't make a forcing bid every time, my partner can pass. And so a lot of times you wind up below game when really you should be at game if you could keep exploring without having to worry about somebody passing. So that's where 2/1 is really the most strong. It's when you aren't sure where you're supposed to play. But this says both of us have 13 points. We should be playing a game. Let's figure out where that is. We've got time to do it because nobody's going to pass. So that's the advantage. The partners can move slowly to find their best game. And it's easier to explore slam possibilities because once you've decided what suit or no trump you belong in, then you can start control bidding below game, just like we did in Jacoby 2 no trump. That helps you explore slam possibilities. So the 2/1 game force is a non-jump new suit by responder at the 2 level. It's forcing to game and it promises that you've got 13 points. If you bid hearts, it promises 5 hearts. Otherwise, it just promises 4 cards in the suit. So if my partner has bid a spade and I bid 2 hearts, I've got 5 hearts. If my partner bids a spade and I bid 2 clubs or 2 diamonds, I have at the minimum 4 and I've got an opening hand. Now, 2/1 applies. It's not always on. 2/1 applies only when the opener has started with a diamond or heart or a spade. This just makes sense because if your partner opened 1 club, you can't make a new suit bid at the 2 level without jumping. So your partner opens 1 club, you can bid a diamond or heart or a spade. None of those would be at the 2 level. You can't force the 2/1. It has to naturally be a 2 bid. So if partner opens a club, you can respond a diamond, a heart, or a spade, but that is not 2/1. It does not promise 13 points, only promises 6 points. It's a regular response. It's just the special circumstance of where partner bids something and I bid something at the 2 level, now promises 13 instead of 10. It also only applies if the next person passes. So if the intervening person makes a bid, 2/1 is off. So if it goes 1 heart, 1 spade, 2/1 is now off. If I bid 2 clubs, it does not mean 13 points. It means 10 points only. If it goes 1 heart, pass 2 clubs, that's 2/1, 13. But if it goes 1 heart, 1 spade, 2 of something, now it's 10 or more, just like it is in regular bridge. So the 2/1 is off with an intervening bid. It's also not on if you respond in a new suit without jumping. So 1 diamond by my partner, 1 heart by me is not 2/1. 1 heart, 1 spade by me is not 2/1. Just is regular. It's just what it would have been before you started playing 2/1. 2/1 is off. It means at least 6 points and 4 hearts or 4 spades, whatever my major suit is. It could be 13, but it doesn't promise it. 2/1 also doesn't apply if the right-hand opponent doubles or overcalls. We just talked about that. Or if the responder is in a passed hand originally. So if it went pass, 1 heart by my partner, pass, 2 clubs by me. Well, 1 heart, 2 clubs ordinarily is 2/1, but I'm a passed hand. So you know I don't have an opening hand. So now a 2 club or 2 diamond bid by me is just 10 points. still requires the 10 points, but it's not 2 over 1. Of course, you know that because I passed, okay? Now, think about this. Because of all these circumstances, the actual 2 over 1 game force bid, the 1 of something, 2 of something, 13 points we're going to gain, doesn't come up that often. Because if partner bids a heart or a spade and I've got support for it, we're going to do Jacoby 2 no trump. We're not usually doing 2 over 1. If my partner bids something and they interfere, we're not going to do 2 over 1. If they interfere, we're not going to do 2 over 1. Or I may have a no trump bid. 1 no trump, 2 no trump, 3 no trump. Then 2 over 1 is off. So there's just a lot of times that the game force doesn't come into effect. It really doesn't come into effect that much. The actual 2 over 1, 1 of something, 2 of something, doesn't come up that much. It may come up between both pairs in like a 24 board round once, maybe, or twice, but not more than that. What does come up a lot is the forcing 1 no trump bid. So let's look at that real quickly because that's what we covered the second week. The forcing 1 no trump bid. Because in 2 over 1, we have expanded now our 2 over 1 bid is no longer 10, it's 13. Now 1 no trump, instead of just being 6 to 9, where 10 could be at the new suit, now new level, 13 is the new level. Our no trump has to expand to accommodate those 3 extra points. Our no trump is now 6 to 12 points. Because it is 6 to 12 points, it is a forcing bid. Before, when you make a 1 no trump bid, then it's 6 to 9. It's a minimal hand. So your partner can pass. It's described your hand to a small level. When it's 6 to 12 points, that is not a small level. It's a wide level. It needs to be forcing. So that partner has to bid again so that you can describe a minimum hand or a larger hand. So in the 2 over 1 system, the big difference that you see all the time is the forcing no trump. Because now no trump is 6 to 12. This comes up a lot, and it is forcing. Now, it's forcing over 1 heart or 1 spade only, not over 1 diamond. The reason for that is there are other bids you can make, the heart or the spade or the no trump, if partner bids diamonds without having to go to the 2 level. So if your partner has opened a heart or a spade, the 1 no trump is forcing. But if your partner has opened a club or a diamond, 1 no trump is not forcing. It's 6 to 9 points. But if partner opens a heart or a spade, 1 no trump is forcing. It's 6 to 12 points. And partner needs to say forcing. So 1 heart, 1 no trump, partner says forcing. Now, this is a little bit different than what we've learned before with alertable bids. This is just announceable. It's more like when you announce your no trump range or when your partner is transferring you a no trump. You don't alert, you announce. You just say, if they bid 2 diamonds, you say that means hearts. If they bid 2 hearts, you say that means spades. You just announce it. You don't use the alert card. You don't say alert. Same thing is true for the forcing 1 no trump bid. Partner bids a heart. I say 1 no trump. Partner just says forcing. That's all you have to say. The force is also off over an intervening bid. So 1 heart, this person bids, that's not forcing, and it's just 6 to 9. Because 2 over 1 is off because of that bid. All right, so what do you do if your partner has bid 1 no trump? You've bid 1 of something. You've bid a heart or a spade, basically. And your partner has bid 1 no trump. You must bid. It's forcing. So if you bid 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, or 2 hearts, that's going to show that you had 5 of the major suit that you originally bid, plus 4 in this other suit, clubs, diamonds, or hearts, depending on what you bid first. And it does not really limit your hand. It could be 13 to 18 points. This is true, though, even in standard American. You know, 1 heart, 1 spade, 2 clubs could be 13. It could be a limited hand, or it could be a higher hand. A second new suit by opener is ambiguous. It's not necessarily a limiting bid, but it's not forcing, since it could be the lower bid. Your partner could pass your new suit bid in standard bridge, and also in this situation. So when partner makes a new suit, the opener bids a new suit, you should try to bid again if you can, if you have anything to bid, because he might be a higher hand. You don't know. It's not forcing it. If you rebid 2 of the major, so it goes 1 heart, 1 no trump, 2 hearts, this means an extra card in the suit. Just like it does regular bridge, if you bid your card suit again, promises an extra one. If you bid 1 heart, partner bids 1 no trump, and then you bid 2 spades, that just means it is a reverse. You have to have a stronger hand to do that. It says only in the 1 heart, 1 no trump, 2 spade bid. Okay. Ordinarily, if you bid spades and then hearts, that's the normal way you bid it. But when you bid a higher suit over a lower suit, generally it is a reverse promising 17 or more points. And that reverse is on over the no trump by your partner. It's not on in regular 2/1 game force, but over the forcing no trump it is. So if you bid, because the only forcing no trump is 1 heart or 1 spade, and the only reverse would be 1 heart, 2 spades. That's the only circumstance where this comes up. Now, if you are balanced hand and you had that original 18 or 19 point hand, the 1.5 no trump, now if you bid 2 no trump, that is that hand, 18 or 19 points, too strong to have opened 1 no trump. So 1 heart, 2 no, 1 heart, 1 no trump, 2 no trump, 18 or 19 points in a no trump hand. That means that if partner hadn't have bid no trump here, it would have gone like 1 heart, 1 spade, 2 no trump, 18 or 19 points. But if partner bids a no trump, then, and I bid the no trump over that forcing no trump, it promises 18 or 19 points. Other things that come up not as often are a jump shift. I can bid a new suit at the 3 level. That's 19 or more points. I can jump in my original suit. That would promise the same 6 plus a stronger hand. So 1 heart, 1 no trump, 3 hearts, stronger hand, 16 or more, and 6 plus in the suit. If I just jump to the 4 level, I've got a really strong hand in a really good suit. I don't care what else you have. So 1 heart, 1 no trump, 4 hearts. That sounds like a closeout bid, but that is not. That is a strong bid. It means, partner, you only told me you had at least 6 points and you don't even have support. I'm still bidding 4 hearts. Strong hand, very good heart suit. Okay, so the opener will do something. 1 of something, 1 no trump. Partner does something. Now it comes back to the original no trump bidder. And now is the time for the original no trump bidder to either show a weak 6 to 9 hand or a stronger 10 to 12 hand, depending where you were in your no trump range. If you're 6 to 9, and say your partner has rebid their suit, you can pass if you want to. That's a weak bid. If your partner bids something else, like two clubs or two diamonds, you then give what's called false preference to his first suit. That's if you have two. So it's going to go a heart, one no trump, two clubs or two diamonds, two hearts. You aren't promising three. You may have three, but you're not promising it. And you're just going at it with a weak hand. You just go, okay, this is the best I can do. I've got a weak hand. And I've either got two or maybe three of your suit. Or you can bid a new 5-card suit at the 2 level if you can. So if it goes one heart, one no trump, two clubs, if you've got a good diamond suit, you could bid 2 diamonds at the 2 level. That would just say 6 to 9 points in a diamond suit, because you're going to bid at the 3 level if you're in the higher no trump range, the 10 to 12. Also, if you have 3 in a suit, this can be played 2 different ways. The book says if you have 4 in a suit, you'll make a direct raise. If you have 3 in a suit with 8 to 10 points, you'll raise directly. So it'll be 1 heart, 2 hearts. If you were weaker, then it'll go 1 heart, 1 no trump, 2 hearts. That's just a weaker raise, okay? In other words, you run it through no trump first if you're weaker. That's the way the book describes it. The way I prefer to play it is, if I run it through no trump, I only have 3. If I raise directly, I have 4, okay? So 1 heart, 2 hearts is I have 6 to 9 points and 4 hearts. 1 heart, 1 no trump, 2 clubs, 2 hearts means 6 to 9 points and only 3, because I went through no trump first. 1 heart, 3 hearts means I've got 10 to 12 points and 4 hearts. 1 heart, 1 no trump, 2 clubs or 2 diamonds, 3 hearts means I've got 10 to 12 points and just 3 card support. So you can play this either way. You can play it where it's just going through no trump first is just a weak raise, or where you go through no trump, you go directly if you have 4, you go through no trump first if you have 3. You can decide to play that either way. But you and your partner have to agree on whatever it is. And like I said, I prefer the other way, not the book way. The book describes it this way. Okay, so that is the forcing no trump. And again, it's different than a regular no trump because we've had to expand our no trump range. And it is forcing. So that does a couple of things. 1 of something, 1 no trump, partner has to bid. Whereas regular bidding, 1 of something, 1 no trump, partner can pass. But 1 heart or 1 spade, 1 no trump, it's forcing, partner must bid again. And what partner bids again is usually 2 of something, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, or if partners started spades, even 2 hearts is okay. But you bid something because you have to bid something. So you bid something, and then partners next, the no trump person's next bid is going to show if they're in the 6 to 9 range, they'll bid at the 2 level, or they'll pass because they can pass, or they'll bid at the 3 level to show that they are stronger, that they had the 10 to 12, not the 6 to 9. If partner has opened 1 of something and I've got 10 to 12 points, we should be safe playing at the 3 level. So that's why you can do this, okay? There is one other bid I didn't mention, two no trump. So one heart, one no trump, two clubs, two no trump. That is 11 or 12 points. That's a stronger no trump bid, but it is no trump. It says I'm kind of balanced. I don't have your suit. I don't have a long other suit. I'm kind of balanced with 11 or 12 points. Okay. In your book, in the 2/1 book, there are some really good examples at the back of the book in the discussion of the forcing no trump, where it tells you what to bid. Okay, so you should go over those. All right. One other thing, and this is the rebids by opener and responder, not after a no trump bid. Just the regular rebid by opener and responder when the 2/1 game force is on. So rebids by opener and responder when there has been a 2/1 game force bid. So one of something, two of something, not the no trump, game force, one of something, two of something. When it's after the game force has been set by that 2-level bid, the opener wants to show the shape of his hand. You don't have to show strength in this case, because just by the fact the partner bid two of something, you're going to go to game. So you don't need to jump. You don't need to be fast about anything. So what you want to do is show the shape of your hand. So the first thing is, if partner bid a minor suit and you don't have extra in your suit, but you do have support for that suit, you'll raise partner suit. Now you need to have four, because they might only have four. Or you can bid a second suit if you have a second suit yourself. And that's going to require at least four cards in the suit. Unless you're at the three, have to go to the 3 level, then you really need to have five. Now you are always going to show a second 5-card suit, because this is valuable information. So if you have a 5-card suit, you're definitely going to bid that. You might not have a 5-card suit. You'll bid a second suit. It might be 4 cards. So partner needs to not assume you have 5. The second suit does not show extra strength, because remember, we are just showing shape of the hand here. If you had 6-4 in the original suit, so 1 heart, 2 clubs, if you had 6 hearts and maybe 4 spades, you will bid the spades next rather than showing the extra heart, because you can come back and show the extra heart. So you will bid the original suit, then your 4-card suit, then bid your 6-card suit. If you don't have another good 4-card suit, or if you don't have another 5-card suit, then you just rebid your first suit if you have 6. So 1 heart, 2 clubs, 2 hearts, showing 6, just like it would in regular bridge. Now, here, remember we had the no trump bid. You could do the rebid over a no trump of 2 no trump means 18 or 19. But when the 2/1 game force is set, it means either I don't have anything else to bid and I'm bidding 2 no trump, or I've got a strong hand, 18 or 19, I would have originally jumped in no trump. So it could be either one. So a 2 no trump rebid by opener is ambiguous. You don't know which it is. Because of this, the opener bids, the next person sets the game force with a 2-level bid. The opener then bids something else. It is usually the responder, because the responder has now heard 2 bids by partner. It's usually the responder who decides where you belong, or at least which suit you belong. So what you're going to do at this point, as the person that set the game force, is to either agree on trumps, because you should know by now if partner has rebid their suit or they've bid a second suit you can support, or you would rebid your suit if you actually had 6 or more of the original suit you bid. Okay, so 1 spade, Two hearts by me sets a game force and it promises five hearts. Well, if partner then bids two no trump, which could either be 12 to 14 or 18 to 19, and then I say three hearts that promised five, okay? Or I could suggest a no trump bid. So it could go one heart, two clubs, two spades by partner. That would not be a reverse. That would just promise extra points. Or, another suit. And then I could say two no trump. Because I might be going, well, I don't have either one of those suits. How about no trump? Because I've got the fourth suit stopped. Now, fourth suit by responder. Ordinarily, if the bidding has gone four different suits, a diamond, a heart, a spade, two clubs in regular bidding, ordinarily that fourth suit bid is generally forcing to game. Most people have that agreement. It means I don't know where we belong, but I think we belong at game. I've got extra points. Tell me something else about your hand. When you're in the 2/1 game force situation, you already know that you're going to be in game. So what this fourth suit means usually is I don't have that suit. I would have bid no trump if I had the suit. You've bid two suits. I bid one suit. If I've got the fourth suit, I go to no trump. But in 2/1, usually I bid the fourth suit to ask for more information. It's not a forcing to game. We're already forcing to game. But now it says, partner, I don't know where we belong. And usually I don't know where I belong when I do not have that suit stopped. If I had that suit stopped, I could bid no trump. So usually it means, I don't know where we belong. You tell me something else. If you've got this suit stopped, you bid no trump. Otherwise, rebid your suit, rebid my suit, do something. But I don't know what to do at this point. That's usually what that fourth suit means. Okay, in the back of the book of chapter 3, this is chapter 3, are very good quizzes that have to do with these rebids by opener and the rebids by responder once the game force is set. So definitely try to go over those before our class next Friday. Our class next Friday, which is the last class we're going to have on the 2/1 bid, we are mainly going to talk about how to get to slam, how to use the power of 2/1 to get to slam. And we are going to talk there about the control bidding, that once we've agreed where we're going to play and how high we're going to play, we do control bidding to help us identify a slam bid. Okay, that is it for today. That's our third week review of our for our 2/1 class, and we'll have the last class next week. That's chapter 4 in the book. So I will see you all next Friday. I hope you have a wonderful holiday today. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.